Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today I am back with another We Are Tala review and try on, this time specifically to look at some of the pieces from their 365 range. Now if you haven't heard of We Are Tala before, this is a UK based company that is focused on making high quality and sustainable activewear pieces to start, but now they also have loungewear, swimwear, and the 365 range was really their time focusing in on high quality and sustainable basics. So this entire launch was about having good core pieces in a bunch of complementary colors that are good quality basics made of sustainable materials with ethical manufacturing processes and that still look great. Ultimately, they were really trying to compete with places like Zara, like H&M, like Old Navy that release basics all the time. They constantly have like little basic tanks and tees, but oftentimes those fall apart really quickly. They aren't made sustainably or ethically, and this was supposed to be a launch that really helped the world see that these things are possible. You can have everything and still have cute, comfortable, basic pieces. Now, like always, I will include links to the specific things that I'm wearing in this video down below, along with information about what size I got. In general, I'm Canadian, and I feel like Canadian and American sizing tends to be pretty consistent. I would say We Are Tala fits small. Everything is meant to be extremely figure hugging, and in my experience, that tends to be, I need to size up in pretty much everything. I usually tend to get a large in bottoms, even though I usually get a medium in bottoms from most American and Canadian stores. And I tend to get a medium in tops here, even though I'm between a small and a medium in Canadian and American sizing. So that's just something to keep in mind. Also, please keep in mind, depending on what kind of shipping you select, you may get charged duties. Now, I just went with whatever the cheapest shipping option was. This time, I believe it was just like tracked shipping with DHL. I have been charged duties in the past with Tala. The last couple of times I was not, but I always recommend factor that cost in just in case. It would be awful for you to get stuck with an extra bill that you weren't expecting. A couple other quick things to note before we just get into actually reviewing the pieces. Shipping, in my experience, to Canada takes a long time. In particular, them dispatching your order takes a very long time. Every single time I order, I feel like I order within like a couple of seconds of a launch usually, and I see people in the UK and EU getting their orders before mine is even dispatched. It can sometimes take like weeks for it to get to me. It can sometimes take more than a week before it is even dispatched. This time there was also a weird issue where I was charged for shipping twice, even though I only bought one order. They did end up catching that on their end and they refunded me no problem. But definitely the shipping aspect to Canada and the US can be a little bit weird. I hope that someday maybe they'll find they have enough customers over here to have like a separate warehouse so that it's easier to do the shipping. But for now, just know it can take a while. Another important thing to note, this company tends to sell out really fast at launches. They are a slow fashion company. They're not fast fashion. They don't have like millions of units in stock of everything. However, the things that you like, make sure you sign up for the wait list because they actually do look at that wait list information and use that to decide which items they want to continue carrying long-term and which ones maybe should just be like a one and done. And in my experience, when I've signed up for wait lists, I feel like most of those items do come back in stock unless it's using like a very specific fabric that they can't get access to anymore or something like that. Now the pricing for everything on their site is in British pounds. This is awful for Canadians. Our dollar is terrible compared to British pounds. You are getting charged a significant amount for these products. So that's something I think you really need to weigh, like, is it worth it to you? I personally have a lot of products from Tala that I absolutely love and that I'm like, these are worth the extra cost. I love that they're sustainable, but also I just love how they fit and how they look on me and how they feel. I've also purchased a lot of products that I don't like at all. And it's a newer company. I think that they're still figuring stuff out. The last few launches, I've liked pretty much everything. in the beginning, I disliked everything I bought, and refunds are basically not realistic. Like, you have to pay to ship it back, so it's not going to be worth it to you. I would almost recommend just trying to resell it on something like Poshmark to see if there's anybody else interested, but that is something to keep in mind when you're buying stuff. If you don't like it, you are kind of stuck with it if you live in Canada or the US, unless you somehow know how to get a very good shipping rate. And with that, let's get into reviewing the first set. So this is a full set from the 365 range. So the 365 short sleeve t-shirt, and then also the flared trousers. And if we look at them from here, I think that they look great, but when I back up, they don't sell petite lengths. So these are much, much too long for me. I will 100% have to get them shortened, which is a little bit of a bummer for like pretty expensive, like flared pants. And a lot of time flares don't look as good when you just hem them, but it is what it is. Now I got both of these in the color Mocha. I loved it because it's like a brown, but it's not like your typical really like deep chocolate brown, which I sometimes feel like doesn't look that good on me. This one is slightly more muted, and I think that that makes it feel a lot more like a basic to me. I could wear this with almost anything. These pants would fit like many, many different shirts that I already own, and this top can go with anything and under anything. Now, in terms of quality, these both feel incredible. These t-shirts, and I have a different t-shirt to show you in a little bit that I will rave about, but t-shirts from Tala are the best that I have ever had in my life, and I would be willing to sign my name on that, send it away. They are absolutely incredible. These are not a t-shirt that you would get at Old Navy. They are double lined. They obviously fit very close to the skin. I am not wearing a bra under this, and I still feel like it looks incredible. I like the length of the sleeves. I think that it looks casual, but also the way that it is quite fitted. You could wear this under a little blazer and make it look a lot more professional and polished. The length on this is cropped. I prefer a cropped tee, but you can get non-cropped length tees at Tala as well. And just in general, with the double lining, with how nice it fits and feels, I will never not recommend any of the t-shirts from Tala to anybody. They're incredible. I will wear this to death. I have worn many of my other t-shirts like hundreds of times. Absolutely wonderful. Now for these pants, I got these in a size large. Like I said, I usually wear like a US size 6 in pants. I just find that all of their pants fit very, very tight. And it's clear like they want them to be tight for a reason. They talk on their website about like holding you in and being super flattering. I just don't find that comfortable, like very, very high levels of compression. So I will always, always size up. Now I personally really, really like how these pants look. I think that they're super flattering. They fit my curves really well. I love how high they come. And then the waistband on these is not too wide. It's actually like a fairly narrow waistband, but because it hits me right at my natural waist, that's not going anywhere. It's not gonna flip around. It's not gonna fall down. The pants look great on your butt in my opinion. Now obviously these don't have pockets or anything, but as a pair of like basic little pants that you can wear going out around town, grabbing lunch, as a little coordinated set even, I think that these are very cute. I think this is a great outfit. Now similar to the top, the little pants are also double lined. They feel really good. They feel super high quality. They're very, very comfortable, and I think that they lie really flat. I also think because they're double lined, if you have some cellulite or something that you're a little bit embarrassed about or that you don't necessarily want on display in like a pair of tight pants, I don't think you would be able to see that in these because they are so thick and so like just well made. And once again, I desperately hope that someday they will have petite pants so that those of us under like 5'5" can actually wear their pants without having to get them tailored. I still really like this outfit. I think it's very cute. I think it looks great together. I think that these are good, solid basics that I will wear for a long time. But definitely let me know how you feel about this one down in the comments. Now, super quickly before we go into something else from the 365 range, I had to show my all-time favorite t-shirt from We Are Tala. I just got this new one in black, but I have multiple other of these t-shirts. I have one in white and one in like a chai light brownish color. These are incredible. Very similar to that last shirt, they are double lined. But if we look at the 365 shirts, they do have, you know, seams all the way around them, seams at the bottom. These Zae crop tops and Zae full length tees do not. So there are no seams at the bottom, no seams at the side. There are only seams like where the arms are attached and at the top. And they, in my opinion, are like the best looking t-shirts that I've ever had. They have the very, very minimal Tala branding, and then they just cling to your body. They look really good. Similar length sleeves to those last ones. And I just feel like these are the best elevated tees that I've ever had. I think that they look really good. They do oftentimes go on sale. They release new colors of them occasionally. Like I believe there's a sky blue, obviously like white, black, gray, brown, and they are just the absolute perfect everyday tee. You can wear this with or without a bra. They're fully opaque. They fit really, really well. I would definitely say with these, if you want them to be like absolutely sucking you in, like holding your boobs in, I would probably get a size down. Otherwise, just go with your normal size and it will feel wonderful. If you need some really good high quality t-shirts and you're okay with like the tiny bit of branding, because that is on there, this is a really good option. They always look super classy. I think for fall with like a pair of jeans or leather pants and like a little cardigan or something, they are always going to look ultra chic and are a great addition to your wardrobe. If you get nothing else from Tala, this is my #1 recommendation. In terms of the only thing that I really don't recommend from Tala, I personally hated the zinnia leggings, which I think to the people who are diehard Tala fans, they will disagree with me. A lot of people clearly love them. They were just a weird material to me. They're made of recycled plastic and they feel like it to me. They're very, very thick. They're not that stretchy, too much compression, not my favorite. These pants or the Skin Luxe leggings, awesome choices, but like I said, size up. Now let's get on to something else from 365. Next up, we have the 365 Racerback midi dress in the color Oyster, which is like essentially a muted black. So very, very dark gray to light black would be how I would describe the color. Now this dress, I'll just move back so you can see the length, quite long. I think it looks really, really good. Obviously a bodycon dress. I think a bodycon midi you will wear many, many times in your life and is a good thing to invest in. Get a good one so you don't have to replace it every few years. And I personally find that I wear looks like this mostly in the fall. That's when I'm really like all about the midi dresses with a big cardigan over it or a little blazer or a little jacket. Now this dress obviously fits me great. I did get a size large in this. I think I probably could have gone with a medium if I wanted it to be just like slightly more figure hugging, but I think it looks really good. And once again, I know Tala sizing can be a little small, so I would rather size up. And just like the other 365 pieces, this is luxuriously soft, feels really good, and it's double lined. That means that if you, once again, have any cellulite on the back of your legs or on your bum, which I know I do, I think most people do, this is going to kind of blur that. You're not really going to be able to see it, which is awesome. And then the material is obviously very stretchy, but you can kind of ruche it wherever you want if you want a little bit more coverage over your tummy. And in general, I would just consider this to be a very high quality dress. It feels really good on. It feels exceptionally high quality. It feels like something that's going to last a very long time. And I just really, really like how it looks. I think that it's gorgeous. When I tried this on, immediately my first thoughts were how different this feels compared to a dress that I impulsively bought and then ended up returning from Old Navy earlier in the summer. I had bought a pink Racerback dress. It was a little bit shorter than this, but I tried it on and absolutely hated how it looked. And my biggest complaints were it was sheer, was just like a very thin, flimsy material, so that every lump and bump and bit of cellulite and everything that you maybe don't want people's eyes like immediately drawn to were highlighted. Rather than just being like there and, you know, like this is my body wearing a piece of clothes, it was literally like a giant highlighter circle was drawn around them because the material was so poor quality, and the sewing, the actual design of the garment, how it was supposed to fit on your body was just awful. This is as far opposite from that as I could imagine. I think this looks stunning. Like I said, I feel really, really good in it. And then with a little cardigan kind of just thrown over top, or like I said, a little blazer or something, I just feel like this is going to be perfect for fall. Super comfy, something simple to just throw on. I, once again, am not wearing a bra with this and I think it looks great, but you could definitely still wear either a Racerback bra and just kind of tuck it into the back, or a strapless bra with this, and that would look great too. It is truly one of the best dresses I've ever tried on. And those are all of the pieces that I have for you today from We Are Tala. Definitely let me know how you feel about the idea of having these basics, but like they're much more expensive than ones that you would get at an Old Navy or an H&M. Are you willing to pay more for a very high quality basic? Or for you, is it more like I want to spend the least amount and I'm okay with replacing it every like 6 months? And I do also want to highlight that buying like a good quality basic does not need to come from this store. This is not the only store that does this. It's just one that happens to have a lot of styles that I really, really love and gravitate towards. But anything that we can do to try and consume a little bit more sustainably obviously is for the better. And definitely let me know which pieces you liked today, which pieces you maybe didn't like. I am obviously biased because I bought it, but I love literally everything I tried on today. I do feel like the longer that Tala is in business, the more incredible things they come out with, as is probably expected. As they get like more into the design of the pieces, they tend to be like really, really good now. If you haven't seen my review of the Tala swimwear and you need any new swimwear, I would definitely recommend that one because that also blew me away how good it was. And with that, thank you very much for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed and you like these kind of deep dives into specific collections or brands, or you just love a good haul and try on, be sure to subscribe by hitting the big red subscribe button found down below. Also be sure to hit the bell notification button to be notified when I post. I do put out 2 videos every single week. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you had a lovely summer and are having an okay transition as we get into fall. I know seasonal depression can be very bad for a lot of people as it starts to get a little darker, the days get shorter, so I hope you're doing okay. And with that, I hope that I will see you again next week. Bye!